Hello, everybody. Welcome to another installment of our whole life health interview series. I'm really thrilled to be here with you today. I am just going to pop over here really quickly and make sure everything is streaming the way that it's supposed to be streaming, because sometimes you never know. Let's just double check. Here we go. There we are. Fantastic. So, dun, dun, dun. All right, let us begin. So welcome to our whole life health interview series. Today we are here with Rachel Cooley. I'm so thrilled to have her joining us today. You may have seen her here in this group before because I love to have these conversations with her. Rachel is a divine feminine leader who brings the angelic light of hope to the world. She rose from the trauma of an ancestral escape from the Armenian genocide. She transformed generational fear, struggle, and strife on her own spiritual journey with the angels to then reclaim her valued place in the world. So she now has served in her soul's purpose for 24 years as an angel therapy practitioner, mentor, and certification trainer, helping others to follow their divine guidance and receive their birthright blessings with the angels so that they can thrive in a miraculous life beyond their greatest challenges, right? We all have challenges, but we can thrive beyond them as well. And that is one of the beautiful things that Rachel brings to her work with her clients and her work with the world. So she currently supports women to embrace their blessings in her 12-month angel sanctuary journey and to make a divine impact in the world as angel mentors in her certification training. So she invites you to open and receive angelic empowerment to uplift your life and the world. So welcome, Rachel. I would like to bring you on. It's so wonderful to have you here with us today. I'm really excited because today we're going to be talking about why having a spiritual practice is essential for whole life health, right? Talk about whole life health, all the different areas of our life, and our spirituality is one of them. No matter what our belief system is or what the belief base is, spirituality is just part of our being, whether we pay attention to it or not. And when we pay attention to it, it actually really helps us align on a better health journey. It helps us heal, right? Like Rachel was talking about, or I was talking about in her introduction, she had to heal a lot in her world. Ancestral trauma, it's a real thing.
Yes.
And these energies provide blocks in our body that literally prevent us from healing physical parts of ourselves. So it's a really important topic. It's a really important thing for us to be paying attention to when we're on our health journey. And so I'm really thrilled to have Rachel here to have this conversation with her. So welcome.
Thank you, Kia. I am so thrilled and happy and honored to be here with you again in your beautiful series. What a joy.
It's such a joy to have you. So before we dive in, I would love to have the ladies hear more about your own journey, right? I know the angels show up in your life all the time because you are open and aware and, accepting of their support. But I would love for our ladies here to hear about an area of your health that has really been supported by the work and the relationship that you have with the angels.
Oh, yes, for sure. I am thinking immediately, Kia, as we talked about right before we went live, about my fertility journey. I had a long fertility journey with my husband, Ben, to have our son, Michael. And I have to say, it was a journey. It was a journey of trust, of faith, of divine timing, of divine guidance. And also it was a time of stress and anxiety and anger and worries. It was everything. As I'm sure many of you can relate, because so many of us have been on fertility journeys, or it took us longer to have our baby or babies than we thought it would. So I will share with you my story. So when I got married to my husband, Ben, we've now been married, it'll be 22 years this summer. when we got married, we decided, let's start trying to have a baby, like right away. But we had just gotten married, and I feel like it was too soon, like I feel like initially it was just too soon. Like, let's get used to being married first. You know what I mean? But on the way, and when I really started getting more serious about it, I started actually really focusing on my health quite a bit, as so many of us do, right? When we're on a fertility journey, right, Kia? We focus in on our health, and I was doing acupuncture. I was, starting to do some alterations in my diet, and various friends who I feel were earth angels shared with me information along my path, which I know was divinely guided. One of them being a book on how your blood type can affect your fertility. And that was a really instrumental book that really helped me, my husband and I, Ben, to get healthier. And also I feel that was a big factor in having our son, Michael. But also, Kia, during this journey, I had a lot of fear, stress, and worries and doubts. Like, is this really going to happen?
Totally.
And right, totally. And when I had those doubts, when I had those worries, I had signs from the angels, and I had been on my path with them at that point for many years. So I knew to recognize the signs, including angel numbers, including auspicious things that people said to me in perfect divine timing. I also had a job soon before we conceived Michael that was actually at Stanford University. It was right near a church, the Memorial Church, which has beautiful angels on the frescoes or the mosaic above the church. And one of them, there's 4 angels at the bottom: love, hope, faith, charity, and faith. And the angel of faith was a beacon for me, that angel. So basically what I'm sharing is, right, the angels helped me to not give up, to stay positive. I was getting angel numbers along the lines that your big life changes are coming to you. So those signs really reassured me, especially at the times when I was doubting and worried and stressed, helped me to relax, along with my lifestyle changes for my health, and everything fell into place perfectly. And now our son Michael is 17 years old, and he's a thriving and amazing teenager, junior in high school, and a brilliant songwriter and guitarist and singer.
He really is, by the way. It's so fun to listen to him, and I mean, Rachel and I met many years ago now. And so
Yes.
in some ways I still think of him as about, 11.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I see these videos of him like with his own songs that he's written and he's singing with his guitar. And I'm like, so he's amazing. Anyhow.
He is. I'm so proud. We're so
But
proud.
I love what you were talking about, that, any health journey, I mean, a fertility journey is really like, I think any of us who have either struggled with fertility or gone on, a pregnancy journey or had anything like that. I mean, that really is, it's so deeply personal, right? We all have different things like that, but any health journey relates to this, right? Where there's ups and downs. You're like, oh, I'm doing all the right things, and the result's not coming that you thought was going to come, and you get those doubts and those fears. And what does that do? That just mounts the stress in our body, and it makes it even harder, 1, to continue moving forward, and 2, to have success if we do choose to continue moving forward, because we're now we're beating our body down with that stress and that fear. And so what you're speaking to in terms of having this spiritual connection and allowing someone else to take your worries and your fears away from you, so that you are not holding that in your body anymore, so that your body really can tell you, right?
Yes.
You continue to receive the signs that, no, you're on the right path.
Yes.
Doing the right things. Just continue. We're holding you. We're holding that space for you. Just keep moving forward. And how beautiful is that to feel like I'm not alone. I know I'm doing the right thing. I can continue to listen. That's just, it's so important for us to have, because we're not meant to do these things on our own.
Right.
Right. And we're meant to tap into the support that is inherently here for everybody. So
absolutely. Yes.
That's such a beautiful story. Thank you so much for sharing that, because I think we all need that reminder.
Absolutely.
That there is a place for us to release that too.
Absolutely. There's a place for us to release that too, completely, Kia. Absolutely. Yeah. And also really releasing what we hear from like the medical profession, right, around what's happening to us.
100%.
and not taking that on as truth.
That's right. That's right. And that's really important. I can't tell you how many women that I've worked with, right? And I'm sure a lot of the women listening can relate, where they have gone to a doctor or medical professional with symptoms, with things that don't feel right, only to go through a battery of tests and then have their doctor, this medical professional, say, well, your tests look fine, let's just wait and see what happens. Or you're fine, we'll see you next year, or, that type of thing. And that frustration and anger that can come up where you're like, no. And, ladies, if you've ever had that experience and you have had that, like, no, but I know something's wrong. I want you to tap into that connection, because that's the connection that Rachel's talking about.
Yes.
How deeply we know ourselves. And when we allow that connection to go beyond our body and into the spiritual realm, how much more powerful that becomes.
It's so powerful. It's
Totally.
so powerful. And I'd love to add, before we move on, Kia, surrender, I feel, is a big piece as well. Right? Yes.
Totally.
Surrender, because that was a big piece of our fertility journey as well, especially right before we conceived him. I realized in hindsight that I had really gotten to a place of surrender and relaxation, right?
Yeah.
And even if it was for a couple weeks, and it worked.
And it worked. Right. So if anyone, when you're watching the replay or watching here live, I want you to type surrender into the comments, because
surrender.
How often do we forget?
Exactly. And then we can surrender again
and then we need to surrender again. That's right. It's a daily practice.
Meditation. It's a daily practice, right? It's like we're in the zone, we're meditating, our ego voice mind goes off somewhere else, and come back present, surrender. Here,
that's right.
Now.
Yeah. I love that. So what do you find are some of the biggest challenges that women struggle with, that they really find support with when they work with you and the angels?
Yes. Thank you for asking that, Kia. I would say one of them, there's more than a few, but the first one that comes to my mind is for sure health, because I have had women who have come to me where they're having like a health crisis, or something's happening with their health, and they need support. They need reassurance. And also they need to relax. They need to relax from the worries, the worst case scenario thinking, right? And receive that support, right? So they can receive strengthening, resiliency, helping them to also reduce stress, because working with the angels is so beautiful that way, especially one of the main ways that I work with them, which you've experienced, Kia. And that's where I lead my clients, whether they're one-on-one or in my programs, which is my main focus of my work currently, right? Those meditations, the breath, I work a lot with breath with my clients, who mainly are women, right? In my programs and all that. And we breathe in the angel's light and we exhale out. So that is so helpful. And also to bring in the power of the angelic realm and their healing strength and energies, right? Raphael, our healing archangel, is one of the main archangels that I do a lot of work with. So health journeys. And also, of course, I'm referred to the fear, stress, and worries, because some women maybe aren't necessarily on a health journey themselves, but they're having a lot of fear, stress, worries, and anxiety, right? That's a big thing that's happening for so many people currently, has been for many years, but it's been more intensified the last 3 years, right, Kia?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So
and I
that's
think
one of the areas too.
One of the things that I'm really hearing from you is that this is such a beautiful practice to allow you to release.
Yes.
Right.
So
to release the things that you cannot control.
Right.
Right. And to have acceptance of where you are right now.
Yes.
That then opens up the pathways. I actually just saw this great Instagram reel of all things.
What was it?
And it's this female comedian, and she's a little crass, right? She's a comedian, stand-up comic. But she was basically getting on stage and she goes, okay, so I'm 36. I'm like, oh, you're a spring chicken.
You're so young.
So young. But she's like, I'm 36 and I don't know why it took me so long, but I finally feel like I'm sexy. Like I finally feel sexy. And, she's sort of an average woman, right? She's not a supermodel. She's the average woman. She's like, but I feel sexy. Like I
love it.
I love my body and, I'm feeling confident. I feel comfortable and blah, blah, blah. And it was like, and then she goes, and if And if you don't feel that way about me, then you can just, she used colorful language, but you can just go away, right? Like, I'm not going to pay attention to you. And it was just so great because you could feel her, that release that she had of like, I don't have to be perfect. I don't have to hold all of this like strife and this heaviness in my body and, those kinds of things. I can release. And when I release, then I feel great. It doesn't matter if I have extra curves or, anything like that. So it was just so funny and it totally cracked me up. And I'm like, but this is it, right? When we have that connection.
Totally. This is it.
That's right.
I totally agree, Kia. That's so powerful.
Yeah, it was really cute. So when you were talking about that, I'm like, that's right. We need to be able to have a place that we can release to. Right?
Yes, absolutely. It's so important. It's so important.
Right. Yeah. So when you're doing this work, right, and we talked about how important it is for your health journey, what are the kinds of things that either you have experienced shifting or some of your clients have experienced shifting in terms of like your day-to-day health that really, have been allowed because of this spiritual practice?
Absolutely. Well, the first example that I'm thinking of as you ask me that question, Kia, is, how occasionally we have muscle stuff going on, right? Tension, stress, worries, and sometimes it affects us so much that it could turn out into be like, in the case of one of my clients, Lydia, her back went out. And we did a session one day, we had it scheduled, and she was lying on, I think she had a massage table, and she was like, I can't get up, I need help with my back. And what I did was I did an angelic healing and clearing meditation with her, and she felt such relief. And I called in Raphael, mainly Archangel Michael. We did the beautiful breaths. And so she had relief from that pain in her back. And then she was able to get off of her table and walk.
That is so amazing.
It really is amazing. It was like she did so much clearing and releasing and relaxing. Yeah, it was miraculous. So that's an example, right? And I've had it happen with me myself too. Like occasionally I might get a muscle cramp and I'm calling on my angels to help me, and I'm breathing with them. Like, Raphael, please beam in your emerald green healing light to this, like leg cramp in my calf or wherever it is. And I breathe in and out, and it helps so much. So the tools of knowing how to work with the angels is so powerful. And that's why one of the reasons I'm so passionate, Kia, about sharing with the women in my programs, right? How they can be supported by the angels and give them practical tools, spiritual tools, angelic tools to use when they need them the most.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's so great, right? It's not just like, this is a practice that is a foundational practice kind of for long-term, right?
Absolutely.
Right. Like getting a regular massage or, taking a regular Epsom salt bath, or it's like long-term self-care.
Absolutely. Lifetime self-care.
That's right. But it's also these in the moment kind of like emergency.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
To help you get through those really challenging in the moments, right? Where you need something quick and it's always accessible to you. It's not anything that you have to go look for, right? It's just right there. I love that. And what a beautiful story.
Thank you. Yes. Lydia just shared about it last week when I did an interview with her, Lydia Ramirez.
Yeah. That's so fantastic.
I met her at the same time that I met you, Kia, in person. I'd already met you online, but then we met at that event in 2018 in person.
That's right. I love that. I
know. So yeah, so awesome. Is anyone commenting or anything happening like that? So we need to.
I don't see. Oh,
it's all good. I just wanted to make sure, just to check in. If anyone's feeling inspired, if you're feeling like you're listening to us, dear ones, and you're live with us right now, if you'd like to share anything, or if you have a question, let us know. Or if you've had a similar experience of calling in and using your spiritual practice, whatever that is, for your health.
What does that look like? That's right. How do you use your spirituality in your health journey to help get you unstuck, right? Keep you moving in the right direction. Because I think that's really what we're talking about here. So I would love to hear a little bit more about your community, right? I know that one of the things that we are going to be talking about is a gathering that Rachel has coming up.
Yes.
That we would love to invite you guys to. But what in general is the community that you have started and that you are working with right now?
Yes. So the community that I've started and I've been working with the last number of years, and I was just talking to Yuki a little bit about, it's about 4 years I've been growing this community here on Facebook, and it's called the Angel Sisterhood for Divinely Thriving Women. And this is a beautiful space here on Facebook for women to come to feel loved, to feel blessed, to feel supported with other women on their spiritual paths, whatever their spiritual paths are. And of course, there's an alignment with the angels, right, for them to join, but it's a really beautiful supported group to help women to feel resourced, empowered, uplifted with the angels. And of course, I do that more deeply in my programs, but it's a great way to get connected and to feel uplifted and empowered with this amazing realm, the angels, the messengers of God, here to support all of us, as you shared at the beginning, Kia, no matter what spiritual path or religion we do or do not follow, all are welcome. The angels are non-denominational.
That's right.
They want to help everybody, right?
That's right. And I think it is important for us to hear that again, that this is not tied to a religion. This is not tied to a specific denomination within a religion.
Right.
This is just enhancing our own personal spiritual being that we are innately, and learning how to utilize that in our day-to-day lives. Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, totally. So, I know you have been leading a series right now. Can you tell us more about that?
Sure. So that's the Angelic Connections gatherings that I've been hosting here in my Angel Sisterhood group. And this series will guide women on how to access, and it does, how to help women to learn how to access the power of divine support with the angelic realm, and to open and receive divine guidance, divine blessings, divine healing, and to claim their birthright blessings as well. And of course, we do that more deeply in my programs, but it's like a beautiful taste of it. And beyond a taste, it's like experiences with the angels. And we're having a gathering this Friday, which is the 24th of March. And that's going to be another Angelic Connections gathering in my Angel Sisterhood group. And we'll put the link below the video for you all to access that. And we're also going to be having an open house as well this Friday at noon Pacific Standard Time. An opportunity to be tapped into the angels, to be with other like-minded women on their beautiful spiritual paths with them as well, and to discover, and to know that it's time to open up and to receive the blessings that are our birthright, dear women, right? To up-level your life purpose and to activate optimal health and healing, which I know what Kia, of course, here is all about, right? So you can live more vibrantly and fully, and to receive divine guidance as well, to make confident choices in your life from a place of peace, as well as learning about how the angels can help you to break free from stress and worry patterns and anxiety, and to relax, renew, and re-energize, and so much more. So I'm really looking forward to the gathering this Friday at noon and the continued series of Angelic Connections.
I am looking forward to it too. So I am just putting the link right here underneath the video. You guys can go check it out. It's for her, like she said, her Facebook group that she was talking about, where just in general, you can go and get regular support. You can kind of feel into this a little bit more, experience just how powerful enhancing your spirituality can be for your health journey. And Friday specifically, you will have access to join her for then this connection gathering, the Angelic Connection Gathering, an open house, we're calling it, right? Where you just get to go and get a taste, go and be held for a period of time. You can join right from the Facebook group, or they will give you a Zoom link so you can actually join on Zoom and really deepen that connection a little bit more. So I hope you take Rachel up on that offer. It really is so beautiful. I love when we can bring other resources into this group here, into the Rock Your Health community, to just be able to allow you guys to tap into different areas of healing that just help promote your overall health healing. Right? This idea of whole life health. It's so, so beautiful. So
it is so beautiful.
As we close out here, I would love for you to just share, why are you so passionate about women thriving with the angels? And is there any last little tip or tidbit or sending off piece that you would like to share?
Oh, yes. Well, Kia, I'm just so passionate about the angels and how they can support us, and they do support us. And I've had so many blessings happen to me in my own life that I am so passionate to share these blessings with as many women as I can. Right. So my passion just shines through because I've had so many blessings, so many miracles, so many incredible experiences, synchronicities, meeting the perfect people in the perfect time that I know my angels lined up. And I want more women to feel this and also to be tapped more into our blessings, your divine birthright blessings that are part of your birthright, right? That are here and accessible for us, and to help that more women to shift out of fear, stress, and worries. And it is so beautiful with this incredible realm of the angels. And so as you can see, my passion shines through, and I just want to help more women to have this experience and to have relief.
That's
right? From stress, fears, worries, situations that you feel out of control. And this is an incredible way to access that support from this amazing realm of the angels that really are miraculous. And they really help us also, Kia, to connect to faith, radical faith, trust, and grace. Beautiful grace that is so beautiful. And
It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. You know, when you're speaking about that too, it really brings to mind that this is such a powerful way to live intentionally. And that's something that we talk a lot about, that I talk a lot about with my clients and in this group, is being intentional, right? Every Monday, I'm giving you an invitation to be intentional about something that week. And when you are living in this awareness and in this spiritual connection, it keeps you grounded in the here and now. And so it keeps you in your intention, right? It doesn't let, like Rachel was saying, that stress, the worry, the fear, you know, all of those head things, it doesn't let those take over. It keeps us in our body, and it keeps us really grounded in the here and now. And I just want to add,
what is that?
As you were talking about this, that we all, like, you know, you said this is something that's accessible to everybody. Well, it's something that, right, the angels are blessing us in our life every day, whether we are aware of it or not.
Yes, very good point, Kia. They are.
And when we bring ourselves into that awareness and bring out that spiritual connection, then we get to take advantage of that more, right? We get to kind of bring it in at a deeper level and in a more kind of intentional awareness, right? We have the awareness about it. And so it's like, if you've ever gone through life and you feel like the universe has been shouting at you and you haven't been paying attention. And I've definitely had these moments, right? Where you're like, oh, wow, yeah, you've been trying to tell me that for a while, right? Now I'm finally cluing in. This is a practice, what Rachel does and what she helps to teach us is a practice that allows us to become more aware more of the time.
Absolutely. More aware more of the time. And also, you know, just to know that this realm is available to you. And as I shared, actually, I had just completed the series, and actually the replay is available on the Angel Sisterhood group through tomorrow. But when my 7 Steps Miraculous class that I taught last week, the first step is to use your power of choice, use your free will to ask for divine support.
Okay. So if you go tap into her Angel Sisterhood right now, you have access to that recording, because that, number one, power of choice. So big, so big, right? So go tap into that workshop that she gave last week. You have about 24 more hours to be able to do that. And that is amazing. And then on Friday, you can take that next time.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. Thank you so much, Kia. It's been an absolute joy as always.
I know. I just love these conversations. All right, ladies. So as you're listening to the replay, as you're watching here, if you have any questions, make sure to chime in. If something struck you or you had an aha moment, make sure to post about that below. Rachel will be in here too. She can answer any questions that you have. I will make sure she gets any information that she needs as well. Rachel, thank you so much for joining us today.
You're
always such a great pleasure to just spend some time with you and to talk. I always feel good at the end of it.
I do too. I feel great. I always love talking about the angels, and I always feel great as well whenever I have these beautiful conversations or teach my classes in my angel programs, or in the sisterhood. It's just so uplifting.
Totally. I agree. I agree. All right. Many blessings to all of you out there who are listening. Mwah. Much love, and we will see you next time.
Bye for now. Take care.